Richard Harlow was not just any businessman, he was the billionaire CEO everyone feared and admired. With a towering skyscraper as his empire's crown jewel, Richard had wealth, power, and influence that made even politicians tremble. But behind the tailored suits and charming smile was a man who believed he could get away with anything. Richard's secretary, Mrs. Evelyn Carter, had worked for him for years. She was loyal, efficient, and respected. But Richard had a dangerous weakness. He blurred professional lines. And he believed every woman who crossed his path was there to feed his ego. He had crossed boundaries before, but this time, he was about to push too far. Because Mrs. Carter's daughter, Sophia, was about to enter his world. Sophia Carter was 22, sharp-minded, and strikingly beautiful. She came to her mother's office one morning, hoping to gain internship experience before starting her career. When Richard saw her for the first time, his eyes lingered too long, and his smile stretched too wide. Mrs. Carter noticed immediately. She had seen this expression on Richard before, but this time, it terrified her, because it was directed at her daughter. Sophia, however, wasn't naive. She could sense Richard's interest from the moment he offered her a seat in his luxurious office. But instead of shying away, Sophia smiled politely, hiding the storm of thoughts in her head. She remembered her mother's warnings. Richard was powerful, manipulative, and dangerous. But Sophia was not the kind of woman to let a man like Richard control the narrative. Within days, Richard began inviting Sophia to assist him on special projects. He complimented her constantly, sent her expensive gifts, and even hinted at how quickly he could make her career skyrocket. Sophia played along. She accepted the gifts with a sweet smile, knowing that every step brought her closer to her plan. She started recording his late-night calls, saving his inappropriate text messages, and even took photos when he leaned too close during office hours. Richard thought he was winning her over. What he didn't realize was that Sophia was collecting evidence, a trap he never saw coming. Behind the scenes, Sophia also contacted a journalist who had long been chasing a story about Richard's abusive behavior toward women. She promised the journalist something explosive, something that would finally take down the untouchable billionaire. The breaking point came one evening when Richard invited Sophia to his penthouse. He believed she was finally giving in to his advances. But when he opened the door, instead of finding a nervous young woman, he was met with the flash of cameras and the voice of a reporter holding a microphone. On the table inside, Sophia had already laid out the evidence, text messages, recordings, and photos. Every word, every move Richard had made, was now documented. The next morning, headlines exploded. Billionaire CEO exposed for crossing the line.